Hiya, this is OJ of Steel, and I'm back with another video. This time we're going to be looking at how to snipe or manually kill bosses in adventure mode in NGU Idle. For this video specifically, we'll be looking at how to kill the first Titan with less than recommended stats. You might notice my stats are pretty low at 1,267 power and 1,261 toughness. Now you might notice that my energy is really high, and that's because I use Cheat Engine to help get me to dial in these stats exactly. My advanced training, is also extremely high for that reason. But the important thing is that my block training level is set to 5, and that's going to be a pretty typical level that people will have by the time they attempt the first Titan. So without further ado, let's get started. So first thing to note is that I have parry and charge already cooked, I guess. They're already set and ready to go. So as soon as I enter the zone, I start off with ultimate buff, offensive buff, straight into a charged ultimate attack, wait a few seconds for parry, and then charged piercing attack. That way charge doesn't eat your piercing. Also immediately go into a block to prevent bleeding as much as I can. And that you're going to see that's going to be a theme throughout the fight, is that I try to keep block and parry on cooldown as much as possible. Something else to note is that I waited to use defensive buff until after ultimate buff and offensive buff were on cooldown. That way I maximize the amount of the uptime on toughness buffs that I get. And of course I haven't used healing yet because I haven't needed to. So I've just been focusing on damage at this point. When buffs are off cooldown, use them. Something else to note is that charge's cooldown is twice that of ultimate attack. So if you're quick enough, you can actually charge ultimate attack and then get another ultimate attack in before your next charged ultimate attack. Sometimes you might be a few seconds off like I was here. So you have defensive buff backup, again keeping block and parry, not using both at the same time, but keeping that uptime up as much as possible. And so just keep blocking. You'll notice here I got lucky and a block went off while I was paralyzed. That's exactly what you want, because then you'll take half damage during the entirety of that paralyzed phase. So that's pretty lucky. That's one of the main RNG features in this fight, is will you get paralyzed while block or parry is up. So again, just in the downtime using strong attack, regular attack. Notice here I got paralyzed or parry off right when he paralyzed. So that's something else. Sometimes you might need to be spamming those buttons or spam clicking in order to get it off right on time. And again, just maintaining the priority on block, buffs. And when I'm not doing that, I'm attacking. Piercing attack, strong attack, regular attack. Notice I got him down to about half yellow bar. I like to use fancy bars when I'm fighting enemies. Some people may not like to do that, and that's fine too. You can turn them off in the settings, and then it's just one continuous bar. And some people may prefer that. I know some of the more premier manual fighters in the Discord, they actually don't use fancy bars. Again, here I got lucky and got my block off. At this point, heal is also top priority. You want to be making sure you heal constantly, because of the way the first Titan's mechanic works. You will eventually start losing health every second, so you need to be using heal constantly to keep that up. I got lucky again here, and was able to block another paralyze. So that's uh, one of the main factors that led to me being able to actually beat this Titan with such low power and toughness. And again, just making sure you keep block. So here I didn't get it, and notice just how much damage I took. I took almost 500 damage in one paralyze. So you really want to make sure you get those blocks off, but they're random, so it's definitely RNG. And so here we're in the home stretch. I make a small mistake here. I parry instead of attacking. It could go either way if you are careful about that. So you really want to make sure that when they're that low of health, just go ahead and attack them. But as you can see, I managed to kill him. It was a very close fight, but if you keep up the same strategy that I did, prioritizing things like blocks and heals and parries, you should be able to manual stuff. Hopefully this video was informative, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and otherwise I will see you next time. Goodbye.